right, we are working on the 90 to 100 level on graph a line from an equation in point slope form. And this is code RZZ. And here is your problem. It says graph this function y minus 30 equals 1/2 parentheses x plus 70. And click this to select the points on the graph. So when I went from level 2 to level 3, I noticed there really wasn't any difference at all. Once you get up to the 90 and above, it looks like you have your graph, the scaling on your graph is adjusted. So you just have to make sure that you're paying really close attention to the scale. So let me go ahead again and start off with writing down our point slope form. So it is y minus y1 equals m parentheses x minus x1. Now the point slope form, this equation, is one that you have to memorize. So it would really help when you're doing these problems to just write it down with each problem that you do. It'll take 5 seconds. And if you do that a few times, it'll stick in your brain. Okay, so we have step number 1. Let's look at our equation that they're giving us. And let's see if we can figure out, do we need to change any of the negative or any of the plus to negative? Well, this is in subtraction, this is negative, and this is positive. So we need to change this so that it will be negative 70. That's the first step. Second step, let's go ahead and pull out our xy term. So the x is going to be negative 70, and your y is going to be 30. Okay? Then we need to plot this point, negative 70, 30. So on the x-axis, we're going to go over to negative 70, which is right here. And on the y-axis, we're looking at positive 30. So that means we got to go up 30 to there, right? Now from our point where you're going to use the slope, which is right here, here's the slope, 1/2. That means we're going to rise 1 and run 2. Here's the tricky thing. You're dealing with tens. So really you're rising 10 and running 20. It's the same ratio. So rise 1, run 2 in the positive direction, and there you go. All right, let's do a couple more. See if we see anything out of the ordinary. Clear this all out. All right, so step number 1, is this in subtraction? Yes. Is this in subtraction? No. We need to make this negative 200. Next step, what's our x and our y? Well, our x is negative 200, and our y is 700. Now, why? A lot of people say, why isn't it negative 700? Well, because the negative, the subtraction sign, is part of the equation. That's why. We're just pulling out that 700. Then we have to go ahead and plot it. So we're going to plot negative 200, 700. So we're going to go over to negative 200 on the x, and we're going to go up to 700 and make our point on the graph. Then from there, we're going to do our slope, which is negative 1/4. That means we're going to rise 1, we're going to run 4 to the left. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Click it, and we are good. Let's do one more. Okay, for this problem, again, are we in subtraction? No, this is plus. So right away, we have to change this to minus 2. And we need to change this to minus 2. Then what is our x and what is our y? Our x is negative 2. Our y is negative 2. Then let's go ahead and plot the point, negative 2, negative 2. So we're going to go to the left 2 we're going to go down to make our point. Then our slope is negative 5/6. So that means we are going to rise 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but we're going to run 6 to the left because it's negative. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Click it, and we should be good to go.